Well, good evening, my friends. It is about 6:45 on a Sunday evening. Now, a lot of times at this time, I tend to watch football, but tonight it's the Vikings in Seattle, and as the last time I checked, I think the Vikings were winning. And I don't really watch a lot of football unless it's teams I like. Sometimes I will. It depends on what it is. Um, I have two teams. My team's the New Orleans and the Raiders, and it'd be funny if they met in this COVID Super Bowl. The Raiders actually trounced Kansas City, which I would have never thought would have happened, but they did. And the 49ers got whipped by a crappy team. And the thing is, this is before I get into anything else. You got this crowd, this canned crowd that only you hear. The guys playing can't hear that crowd. Most stadiums have no people. They had no preseason. They had no mini camp. So all these guys are coming in and they're not ready to go and they're getting hurt. Dak Prescott probably out for the rest of the season. So all these weird games are happening and all these teams are winning the games they shouldn't win, and it's all just kind of crazy. Well, that's just that for a fun day. Now, we're going to get into something a little bit more deep. And we've got about today is the what is today? Today is the 11th. So in 20 days, that'll be the 31st, and then you got about 3 more days, and the election is supposed to happen. And the results are in, and pretty much whatever. And it'll probably go from whatever. I've been seeing a lot on the internet about mail fraud. It's already happening. Mail's missing. Other kinds of things. People getting caught voting twice. All kinds of things. So you got less than a month until that big day. Now, I really have mixed feelings about this whole thing. For me, I really don't like any of these people. I really don't. And like I told you in a video before, I'm probably one of the few people that I know, in anybody I know, friends or anybody, and I've asked the question, if you're a registered party, have you ever voted against party? And I have. Now, you might sit there and say, well, Jimmy Carter was a bad president and all that and everything else, but I think Jimmy Carter was actually a pretty good president, and I'm a registered Republican, but I liked him, so I voted for him. There were a lot of things that he wanted to do that he wasn't really able to do. Like, I think he wanted to kind of declassify UFOs because he had seen one when he was in the Navy. I think it was in the Navy. And then he helped get these hostages out of Iran, if you remember that. But then when his presidency was over, the one-termer, Reagan took over, and Reagan got the credit. And now Reagan, to me, was one of the best presidents there ever was, but it wasn't really fair that he overtook that little bit and it was given to him when the other guy did his thing. But, case in point, I voted against party, okay? So I can say that, yes, I have voted against party. A lot of people can't say they've done it. I have. I really don't like the dog and pony show that's going on right now. I don't like the one side, and I don't like the other side. There's a guy that's running on as a Republican that he's not going to win, and that guy's name is Rocky De La Fuente, and that's a person I'd like to vote for, but unfortunately, he wouldn't win. So, there have been a few things that have happened. Some guy got shot and killed in Denver. A lot of things are beginning to happen. More things out in space are happening. Like I told you in a couple of videos, there's next week or this coming week, I think there's supposed to be, if the skies are clear enough, there's supposed to be a comet, another Neowise they're going to call it, and it's going to be sitting out there, parked out there, and you'll be able to see it. Then it's going to finally go away, and I think about a week or two after that, it's going to be this little asteroid. It's going to park by the moon, and they say it should be sane. And it'll sit there for a while, and then it'll go away. Well, because there's something going by, and it's in its orbit or whatever. It's in the tail of the Nemesis dwarf star being left out there. And then eventually, as it kind of cruises through, then they go away because then that's what happens. They don't have the gravitational pull anymore, and they're gone. This is something that I just talked to a friend of mine about probably 10, 15 minutes ago. We've been trying forever to get together to confab this video on here, him and me, because we've been doing this since like 2011. And I kind of fell off the internet for 9 years, and I came back, and hey, I'm kind of happy I've only got 48 subs, because you know what? That keeps me well into the wire. I can talk about a lot of things no one's ever going to really know, because it's just me with 48 subs. But one of the things that we've been doing over these last 9 years is we've been trying to get people, friends, and family, and all this to understand about what's going on and what may occur. Problem is, no one believes it. I think a lot of it's fear. It's not so much, I don't believe what you're telling me. It's that they're afraid to know what you might know, which could be real, and they don't want it to be. And so if they just say it isn't, it isn't. Well, a person could come on here and talk about HAARP, high auroral aerial something, and they use that for to control weather. And they do. They've admitted they have. Everything else, and they're going to create this earthquake. Well, I don't think this earthquake's going to need any creating on its own. I think it's probably going to be real. If there is an earthquake in the New Madrid, for some that say it that way, and it's big enough, it will make the Mississippi River run backwards. Now, there's been a lot of people posting something about Yellowstone, and I forgot when that was. It was 2001 or 2011 or something like that, and there was a 7.3 quake there. And that's big for there. Now, another guy, Michio Kaku, the Japanese physicist, scientist, the guy that you want to have tell you, has told you that Yellowstone is overdue, and then it probably could happen within our lifetime. But because the general news isn't telling you when they think it could be, no one's believing that. So guys like us come on and we try to say, hey, look for this. Be ready for this. Be prepared for that. No, the trolls and the naysayers are going to be there just like they've always been. It's not going to be different. It's how it is. 30 days. Just about. Probably a little less. You can better believe it, no matter who wins, one side's going to be irritated. I was watching a football game. On came an ad for a good old you-know-who. Guy sitting with me, oh, there's my man, and it wasn't Trump. There are so many dumb things that are going on right now that people are talking about. Like once they get in, that 25th Amendment thing, they're talking about that maybe that might be really to use against Biden so they can get him out, so then they'll be president. And a lot of people that I know don't care. They say, oh, so what? That gets that guy in. And I got to tell you this, I am not a Trump lover. I didn't even like his TV shows. But, as people say, it is what it is. You got people from foreign countries endorsing our president. People that aren't even old enough. Greta Thunberg, oh my God, here she comes again. Talking about Biden. She's not an American. She's not old enough to vote. Oh my God, there's a guy. I haven't gone to some other country and said I wanted to see this guy, some foreign country, and say they want their president to win. So I don't know why you have a place in our politics. One of the other things is this, is that like I told you, the Vatican Pope, when the Pope that's current was new, pretty new, he came out and spoke to the world and said that we had so many years until climate chaos. Now, when that happened, that would have put that at about 2029. So 9 more years. The thing that's funny about that is that there's this Apophis asteroid, if you can go on the JPL and look for it, and you're going to see where Apophis is and what years it's the closest. And it's coming into this year. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty close. It was supposed to be close last year. And then 2029, it's going to be really close. And who knows then? But there could be a lot of things that happen beforehand. Again, as I said, pink snow, red iron oxide makes the snow pink. COVID could really be that. COVID has the same freaking properties as iron oxide. There could be iron oxide out there in the sky that no one really sees, and some people are getting affected. But what I get is either, oh no, COVID's real and I'm afraid, or COVID's fake and I don't give a shit. There's no in between of anybody. So I wanted to do a real video instead of a drive to work video, or a video I took me 40 minutes to do and then all of a sudden I didn't want to put it up. So I just thought I'd put this up. So again, as I tell you in every single video, all I can really tell you is try to be in areas where you don't think something like that's going to happen. Have yourself a bag in your car, because you'll be everywhere that car is predominantly. Food, water, supplies, maybe a change of clothes, enough to get you by, maybe a little stove for about a couple of weeks. You might make it. Might be something that could happen. I don't get as many trolls here as I used to. I did get one when I first restarted. Oh no, this guy again. And that was it. But I did want to come out and tell you guys that things are changing. They're changing real quick. They've talked about the smart cars and said, oh yeah, when they make California have all electric cars, they might say, hey, look, you can't go here. The GPS in the car won't let it go there. You won't go there. It just won't. 1984 will become more of a reality than you ever thought. They're trying to tell us now that this shit could go on to 2022. Well, my mother doesn't have a 2022. She's 86 years old. She's in a dang nursing home. 2022 is not going to work for her. But that's what they say. Anyway, I want you guys to understand that I do these videos because I care about people and I want to see people try to make it. Not people go, oh my God, here comes this guy talking about that crap again. Nope. All I've ever done is try to help people. Like I said, in 2011, I went away. I took a hiatus for about, 9 years, lived my life. Things started hopping up again. I came back. A few people that follow, a few people that actually comment, a few people that watch the videos. Sometimes it's the same people, but you know what? One view, one comment is better than none. Affecting one person is better than none. But I will tell you this. The other thing is the guy that, need George Floyd. Well, he's out on bail, and they're telling him he can leave Minnesota because they're afraid something could happen. So who knows what's going to happen to this guy? He could just disappear. And then again, the riots will start again. See what I'm saying? So with that said, I really didn't talk about a lot. I just came out here to show you that I'm still here. And, a lot of the things are the way I predict. I see it happening. But I can't tell anybody because no one wants to listen. Everybody thinks that I'm full of shit. They don't know what I'm talking about. And so as they say, it is what it is. I just keep plugging, trying to help you guys. You know what I mean? And people don't ask me any questions, so I just keep talking about the same thing. But things are going to get kind of crazy in a little bit of time. I'd be ready. Anything could happen. So with that, even though this video really made no sense and it wasn't about much, I'm still here. I'll do videos from time to time when I can. Watch and learn. Things happen every day. Korea's showing off a missile. Oh, it'll never get here. No one knows that for sure. Anyway, my friends, peace. I'll be seeing you. You guys have a really good day. And I'll talk to you again.